in Belém, Brazil. Game number 2 of game day 2. A chance for one of these two teams to qualify for the Olympic Games in 2024 as Brazil hosts Serbia. These fans have been rocking and rolling for the last 45 minutes, and they are expected to bring the energy here tonight. Game number 1 saw Australia beat Germany. Australia going back to the Olympic Games once again in 2024. Germany now turns into fans of Brazil. If Brazil is able to beat Serbia, Brazil and Germany will both be punching their tickets to the Olympic Games. Serbia looking to stay alive, but if they do win this game and win by at least 8 points, they will be going to the Olympic Games, controlling their own destiny. Right now, Serbia being introduced to the crowd. Not the game that they wanted in the opening round matchup against Germany. It was a physical battle. They didn't shoot the ball well, but they have a chance now to bottle up that energy after the day off yesterday and try and right the wrongs on the floor here against a very tough opponent in Brazil. Brazil being introduced to the home crowd here in a fantastic atmosphere here in Belém. We hope that it's coming through at home on the screen. It is deafening in this arena. Brazil losing a tough one to Australia by 5 points in that game. It came down to the wire. A couple of blocks at the rim by Ezi Magmagor and Kayla George sealed the deal for Australia. Left Brazil wondering what could have been. They had the day off yesterday. They're back on the floor. The energy is here, and they're focused and an opportunity to punch their ticket to the Olympic Games here in 2024. You see the energy. They've been bouncing. They've warmed up, and we're warmed up, and we're ready to go. We'll pause now for the playing of the national anthems, first from Serbia and then from Brazil. One of the most beautiful scenes in international basketball, the playing of the national anthems. Both teams, so much pride with their countries across their chests. Brazilians coming to tears, including Coach Neto, wiping them away. Erica de Souza, a legend in the game here in Brazil as well. The third team on the floor. There are your officials. Andres Bartel, Johnny Batista, and Gudaitis Gevis from Lithuania, Uruguay, and Puerto Rico. Carlin Gale alongside Ifi Bekwe. Ifi, Serbia, a team looking to right the wrongs from their opening game loss to Germany. Here is the starting five that is going to have to set the tone to do so.
Yeah, as you look at the starting five, we know that Serbia has to come out here and be aggressive. They didn't have their best match, as the whole world knows, the Serbia national team. They didn't come out and play like that. So we're looking for them to have a little bit of adjustment. You have Von Anderson to step up a little bit. You have Nokic. You have Krajisnic. Everybody to come together and play hard and play the way that the Serbians, they usually do, which is play hard, play defense, and play smart. So we're definitely looking for that today's game.
And Coach Malkovich, you saw her on your screen, intense focus. She's been walking around this arena with a stone-cold look on her face. She wants her team to get back to what they do best. On the other side, Brazil rode the emotion from the crowd in the opening night game against Australia. They came up short, but they have an opportunity now to still punch their ticket to the Olympic Games at home. This is what it's all about. There's the starting five.
I mean, they're in their home crowd, and they're feeding off of their fans and their energy. It's intense, and it's just energetic in here, and I do think they're going to come out and play the same way they play with Australia. They got the loss by 5 points, but they played hard. They need to use their length and their tallness in this game to dominate over Serbia.
You saw this picture right there of head coach Jose Neto. That was during the playing of the national anthem, coming to tears with the emotions filled in this arena. A win for Brazil means they're on their way to the Olympic Games. A win by 8 for Serbia means they are on their way to the Olympic Games.
Being that both teams have lost 2 days ago, had a day off, they're going to come out here and be aggressive. They're going to be aggressive, and they're going to solidify their spot because they do want to go to the Olympics. So this is a very important game. I understand that Serbia knows that. We understand that Brazil knows that. So we're just going to see what happens.
You saw it there on your screen, the countdown to tip-off presented by Tissot. Under a minute here before this game gets underway on a Saturday night in Belém, Brazil. Brazil will be wearing the home uniform, the green home uniforms. Serbia will be wearing a traditional white blue trim. And we were talking off air before this game even began, or before the telecast even began, both teams were warming up with an intent. They had sweat pouring out of their faces on both sides. They meant business in the warm-ups. They treated the warm-ups like it was a game.
Yeah, they were warming up very hard. You could see their look in their eyes and their intensity and the way that they were just focused on every layup, on every intensity, and the way that they were just focused on every layup, on every shot, on running to, getting the ball wherever it's at. So I think both teams are ready to play. They know what's on the line. Both teams want to be represented at the Olympics and wear their national team proud. So we're going to have 40 minutes to see who comes up with the win.
Earlier, we saw Australia punch their ticket to the Olympic Games, a win over Germany. Germany now turns into the biggest fans of Team Brazil because if Brazil defeats Serbia, it's going to be a 2-for-1 trip to Paris. That will send Brazil to the Olympic Games and Germany. Serbia trying to spoil the party here tonight. And we can't wait to get started. The roar of the crowd starts this basketball game a chance to go to the Olympic Games in 2024. A win-and-in scenario for Brazil. They win this game, they're going to Paris, and they bring Germany with them. If Serbia is able to hold it down and win by at least 8 points, they will punch their ticket to the Olympic Games.
And the reason why Carlin said win by 8 points is because Serbia lost to Germany by 7. So at this point, it goes by point differential.
Opening possessions for both teams. Comes up empty. Cardoso inside. First basket of the game, and the crowd on their feet.
I have chills. This crowd is amazing.
Here in northern Brazil, Belém to be exact, they call it the gateway to the Amazon. Tonight, it doubles as the gateway to Paris. Dugalic driving in on Dantas. Overshot it. Krajcik inside. Got away. No, she did not get away with the traffic.
For Dugalic to have that ISO at the age of 22, taking it to the basket. She attends UCLA. She had 13 points and 4 rebounds in the game against Germany. So we're going to see her attacking the basket a lot and getting those open shots, even though she's one of the young players for Serbia.
There's a lot of youth on the Serbian team, and they showed up in moments, in spots against Germany. They were down big in the first half and were able to make the comeback as Dantas drills her first 3 of the game.
I mean, Dantas is one of the veteran players on Brazil. She had 11 points and 5 rebounds the other night, so she's definitely going to step up and do, I feel like she's going to do better than she did last game.
Nogic overshot the rim that time. Serbia did dig themselves out of a hole to start the game against Germany, but they don't want to go down too big against Brazil and this crowd here tonight.
Yeah, there's no way that from this crowd alone it's going to be very hard. You can't even hear play calls, you can't hear the refs, so everyone on the Serbian national team has to be in sync, looking at each other and staying focused.
Jump ball there and the tie-up as we take a look at the Dantas 3. That was a good job of Yvonne Anderson coming down to double Cardoso. That was one of the keys to the game. We talked about, can Serbia handle Brazil's size inside?
Yeah, I mean, they just stand taller than Serbia at this point, so it's just playing smart. Serbia needs to play Serbian basketball, play smart, and really send a body or two to those post players that have the ball down low.
Krajcik's shot not there. She gets back defensively. Cardoso with the good catch and finish. A 7-0 run to start the game. Nogic has her left fist in the air, a run a set. Krajcik with a bone-crushing screen. The kick. Shajo for 3. Can't get it to go. Cardoso with the rebound. Paixão on the push. She's going to look inside for Dantas. Instead, she takes the 3. A 10-0 start and a timeout. Listen to this place. They are rocking in Belém. And this 3 for Paixão got them on their feet. A cap to a 10-0 run and a great start for Brazil. If we can, we're going to try our best to listen in to the Serbian huddle. Well, you couldn't have scripted a better start for Brazil. The first 3 minutes of this one.
Yeah, I mean, they've just come out blazing hot right now, and they do have their fans and crowd behind them, and I do think that gives them that extra energy and boost that they need. And, you know, Serbia, to be honest, they have to play hard because they're playing against 5 people on the court, plus a large crowd at the same time. So hopefully they execute from this timeout, and they find some rhythm in their offense.
So out of the timeout, let's see how Serbia respond. Yvonne Anderson quiets the crowd with the first 2 for Serbia.
Yeah, you want to see her get going. She had 8 points and 7 assists last game, but she was 3 for 14, so that is not a good look for a veteran player on Serbia national team. So as she huddles them up, she understands I have to set the pace and the tempo for this team.
Layla got fouled on the drive right there. Looks like Shajo might pick it up. She raised her hand in the air. You'll notice the picture on your screen. Yvonne Anderson, the right arm bandaged up. It's a very physical game against Germany.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to speak with her and ask her about her shoulder and where she stands with it. She said, you know, she kind of got rocked and knocked in that game, but nothing that she can't handle. She's taped it up and is ready to play tonight with her team.
Second free throw, no good, so points left at the line as Shajo for 3. She's off the mark. She struggled from 3-point range in game number 1. Serbia would want a little bit more offense from her tonight against Brazil. Paixão at the foul line, off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Stankovic, and she runs the floor beautifully, and Anderson finds her.
That's definitely something that Serbia needs from Dragana Stankovic right now, to run the floor, make her layups, be physical, and be big. She's going up against Cardozo, so that's a nice matchup right there in itself. So she has to be physical this game.
Speaking of the physicality, right on cue, Stankovic battling Cardozo and getting possession of the rock. Serbia can't allow themselves to be pushed around on the floor with a much bigger Brazilian team in front of them. And you saw right there the effort they're going to have to put forth.
For 40 minutes.
Nogic. Rosic. Racha, excuse me. Steal there by Costa. She pushes, uses the body to get the layup off.
You can see Serbia taking the ball out fast so they cannot have Brazil set up on their defensive schemes, and that's why Yvonne Anderson was able to get that shot, because the defense of Brazil was not ready.
Yeah, Yvonne Anderson only shot 21% in game number 1. She hit her first 2 tonight. A foul's going to be called. Jankovic, as Dantes was trying to establish in the post.
Yeah, you can see Jankovic right here just being physical and over the back of Dantes. And even though she's a young player, I'm sure they told her, if you're going to get in this game, you're going to be physical. Maybe don't worry about scoring, but play defense.
Paixão inside, good defense that time by Nogic, denying her. Shot right to the rim, a wild play. Anderson somehow ends up with it. They go inside, Stankovic, good move. She's able to put it in for 2. So out of the timeout, Serbia now settling down and playing their game. Dantes back to the basket, turns it over. Nogic looking for help. She left her feet, tried to pass it, and Stankovic couldn't save it right in front of us.
And because they've been moving fast, they're going to have these turnovers, but they kind of need to be a little bit smart. We like the pace that we're seeing when they're moving up the floor and trying to score before Brazil gets set up in their defense, but you kind of have to be aware of where players are at and take care of the ball.
What a point guard matchup we had tonight. And Deborah Costa, Yvonne Anderson, 2 vets, and really the heart and soul of both these 2 teams. Costa for 3. A layup and a 3-pointer gives her 5 points. And leads doubled up now for Brazil. Nogic wants it back. She got it. She got fouled. It's the first team foul for Brazil here with 4:09 to play in the first. In the warm-ups, it was Costa who was making sure she talked to her teammates. She gave high fives, and you see what it means to Coach Neto. A big fist bump. It's the energy in this crowd, energizing even the coaches. Anderson stepped back. That's nasty. Yvonne Anderson has come to play.
Yeah, she's definitely come to play in today's game, but she was very aware of that. Like I said in the beginning of the game, she knew she had to step up because of her performance in the game against Germany.
Cardoso in the paint, 3 players around her, doesn't matter. She overshot the rim that time. Anderson in the open floor, Dantes chasing, she's gonna let her go. Anderson blows the layup. Dantes thought about the 3 and nearly turned it over. Paichal puts a fork in it and they'll run a set. Cardoso sets a hard screen and a foul there. Yankovic got her hand caught.
Serbia,
Go ahead.
sorry, Serbia, I just noticed that Serbia has made 2, now 3 substitution change while the same 5 players from Brazil are on the court. That's how you know the coach for Marina's going to just be throwing bodies in and out of the game, fresh feet in and out on every single player to get everybody in the momentum and everybody in the rhythm. And now you see all the young players that stepped up in that Germany game. They are on the floor right now, and they are paving the way with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yankovic, will leave the game with 2 fouls, and Dantes' fall away does not go. And Rosic gathered in that rebound. Kadinic on the rock. Nogic and Stankovic, the only remaining starters on the floor. Djordjevic now attacking the rim. She got fouled. It's on the floor. That's the second team foul now for Brazil.
And you can see these young players from Serbia on the court right now. They play together since they were even younger than what they are now. So I know that they have that rhythm to stay together and just to find each other on the court. So we're looking for that right now for Serbia.
Just saw Erica de Souza checking into the game, 41 years of age. She had tears in her eyes as the national anthem was playing before the game started. Rasha knocks down the triple. And just like that, a 3-point game after a 10-0 run to start for Brazil. A blocking foul call. That's the 4th team foul. Nogic picks it up. Next foul will put Serbia in the penalty with 2:50 remaining in the first. There is De Souza, the vet of this squad. Wants to go back to the Olympic Games. This could possibly be it for her in terms of playing with the national team, getting to the Olympics, and having that moment as we take a look at the last 3 there by Ratsa. Costa, that's a bone-crunching screen from De Souza. Krajcik with the block. 19 seconds on the shot clock for Brazil to work with. Coach Neto saying, hey, settle it down. Yeah. A lot of teams feed off home crowds.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could go the other way and overexcite you into making mistakes.
Yeah, but this Brazilian team is giving them all the energy that they need to be ahead right now and start the game off well with a 10-0 lead.
Now it's whittled down to 3 after the surge by Serbia. Coach Malkovic calling the timeout, and they've responded. Corner 3, Malchins, no good. Whistle was called, a foul away from the basket. As De Souza will pick it up. Couldn't hear the whistle at all. The players, surprised they heard it.
Yeah, I mean, Krajcik and Erica de Souza are just going at it. 2 physical post players, 2 veteran post players. I mean, they want to be dominant on the floor right now, so they're going to have to continue the battle for 40 minutes.
Ramona into the game now for Brazil, 3 in green. She's guarding Nogic, who has the rock. Nogic back to the basket, falling away. Tough shot, can't get it to go. De Souza vacuums it in. Dantes Serbia with no more fouls to give here in the first. Souza, Layla for three. Nogic with a good block out, but then couldn't corral it. It's going to stay here.
Not as a slow start than the other game, but a little bit of still a slow start, but not as long as it was when Serbia played Germany. So this is actually a good indication that, you know, Serbia is going to pick it up.
They've responded well from the 10-0 surge. And they've gone on a 13-3 run, or 13-6 run, excuse me, the other way. Ramona inside the Souza. Malchin's on the drive.
I mean, that's just too easy. You have to stay in front of your defenders and not just have them easy access to the basket.
Anderson with 10 to shoot. Krajicek sets the screen. Anderson bumps, forces one up. Late whistle, correct call. She'll go to the line. See Yvonne Anderson fighting through and getting bumped. Earning herself a trip to the line as waiting to check into the game is Rosic. Here's the last drive by Marchins.
I mean, this is a great start for Serbia right now, getting to the free throw line. They got to the free throw line 18 times against Germany, and they need to do that because, as you can see, Brazil post players are just over taller than Serbia. So they need to attack the basket and find another way to put points on the board.
So Anderson already off to a better start tonight than she was in game number 1. She knocks down those 2 free throws. Give her 8 points and counting. It's a 3-point game. Ramona knifing inside. Anderson, good cut, good pass by Krajicek, and that's going to send Anderson back to the line, and she is taking a beating here in Brazil.
I mean, but isn't that the game of basketball? When you have 2 national teams competing for the Olympic, to go to the Olympics in 2024 Paris, it's gonna be physical. It's gonna be intense. You're not gonna always get the calls you want. You're gonna get the calls you want. It's gonna be highs and lows of the game of basketball, and that's just the beauty of the game.
One of the things we've seen now through 3 games and basically a quarter of play here in Brazil is that the refs have let them play. A lot of physicality on both sides. As Krajicek comes away with the steal, Anderson wants someone to cut. Instead, she'll pull for 2. Yvonne Anderson in her bag in the first quarter. Malchins, that's kicked away. Will stay here. Shot clock will stay the same at 17 seconds. What a response by Serbia. Could have easily snowballed. The emotion, the crowd was so into it. And now Serbia looks up at the scoreboard, down 1. A foul before the ball is even put in play. And that's going to send Malchins to the line for 2 free throws.
I mean, again, a young player coming in and being physical, and I know that's what Marina is asking for her Serbian players, to go in the game and be physical. Offense will always work itself out, but if you go in there and be physical, that disrupts their flow of their offense. But you do also have to understand and learn how to be smart.
The foul was on Angela Dulic, 22 years of age, playing in this big-time tournament. An opportunity to go to the Olympic Games. Now she's supposed to both free throws and somehow got the offensive rebound. Ramona for 3, not there, and that ran right into the hands of Dulic. Serbia now with the rock and an opportunity to take the lead here in the first period. Krajcik working on De Souza. No fouls to give for Brazil as Krajcik with the jump hook and gives Serbia a 1-point advantage.
You want to see Tina Krajcik play well. She's the captain of the Serbian national team. She was 1 for 3 at the Germany game, and she played only 13 minutes, so we want to see her do well. We want to see her attack the basket like that.
Dulic ran the floor perfectly, a nice rim run. Anderson found her, and Dulic draws the foul.
This is a good observation that you said. It could hurt from the crowd. It could hurt them or it could help them. And as right now, you know, your crowd is uplifting when you're scoring and you're doing well, but what happens when you're not? They're silent. So who's on the floor for Brazil to actually rally the players, set the offense, get to your positions on the court, set good screens, and put the ball on the basket?
Dulic now at the line. She had 13 points, a team high, in game number 1 against Germany. Knocks down both free throws there. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. So Brazil got off to the hot start, a 10-0 run. Serbia take a timeout, and they respond and go into the quarter break with a 3-point lead. Ticket to Paris on the line. Serbia in front after 1. Here are the first quarter stats. Both teams shooting much better from the floor than they did in game number 1. Both these teams came away with losses in that one. Looking to change the story here in Brazil tonight with a win. Some of the first quarter highlights on your screen. It was all Brazil, and felt like for the first 3 minutes of the game. The energy, the passion, the emotion in this arena was incredible. That 3 right there by Paixão made it cap the 10-0 run. And right there is where Coach Malkovich took her timeout, settled the troops. Yvonne Anderson came out and showed what a vet can do in these situations.
I mean, she already has 12 points in the first quarter, so she's definitely changing her pace and her momentum right now for this game, because she understands how valuable this game is. So she's going to give her all, and she showed that in the first quarter.
She certainly did. Both teams went to their bench early and often. And these games, as a player, as we took a look at courtside 1891, you're at to follow along FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournaments, streams, schedules, scores, extended highlights, and so much more. Download courtside 1891 by scanning the QR code on your screen. Now, in these games, as a player, when the emotions are so high, do you ever get a sense that you're tiring yourself out well before, waiting for that second win to kick in? To start the second quarter, and I'll ask you, in these games, when the emotion's so high, you get a chance to you don't really get a chance to kind of crush the butterflies that are in your stomach.
No, you don't.
And that might take away your first win, and you're kind of waiting for your second win to kick in.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you just keep on going, taking it possession by possession, because you are built with that adrenaline, and you have those nerves, and you just got to keep playing. You play through it. You play through it.
Juan Anderson stepped in and took a charge right there as Suarez banged into her. The 5 on the floor right now for Brazil. Sosa, Suarez, Ramona, Deborah Costa, and Victoria. Juan Anderson has Dulic, Rascha, Krajcik, and Brosic. That's the rock right now, and she's going to pick up the offensive foul using her off arm to try and create some space. So both teams now with offensive fouls on their opening possession here in the second. Anderson all over Deborah Costa right now. Costa beats her. Can't get the finish, and Dugalic vacuums in another rebound.
You could just see the pace that Serbia is playing with. It's a fast, high-tempo pace right now.
Dugalic for three. She thought she had three in the air. She raised her hand before it went in, and the crowd erupted at the miss. But Ramona weaving through traffic, now looking for someone to pass it to. Had the ball squirt through her hands. This is a messy offensive possession, now down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Costa driving inside. Blew the layup, but she got fouled.
You see
Foul
her,
right there.
yeah, you see her just attacking the basket, and as she's done, and we've seen her do against Germany, and she's just, you know, being a force for Brazil.
So Deborah Costa will toe the line for 2 free throws. Really the heart and soul of this team. She had 5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 dimes in 32 minutes of play in game number 1 in the loss against Australia.
And those were at critical moments where she stepped up and did those plays.
Back to a 1-point lead. Serbia in front with the basketball. Yvonne Anderson cutting right to the basket.
And that's Yvonne Anderson that we know, and the player that we know and that steps up for the Serbia national team. And she understands her role and what she needs to bring right now. And she can't be stopped.
Ball's going to stay here. Last touch by Serbia. Nogic there to greet her teammate coming back on the floor. Suarez, first touch of the rock here in the second quarter. Costa to the corner. That's a 2 from Victoria, and a push. Foul's going to be called. Coach Neto frustrated with the whistle at the moment. Suarez picks up 2 quick fouls here in the first 2 minutes of the quarter.
One thing that really helped Brazil in their first game against Australia was obviously getting the ball in the paint. And not just by the drives from the guard, but like literally passing the ball to their post players and letting them go to work. That's helped them tremendously between that game.
Nogic fighting through the physicality of Ramona, and that pass way too tall for Yvonne Anderson. They're letting them play.
They are letting them play. And like I told you from the first game here in this tournament, I love when refs allow players to play, because you get to see, you know, how they handle adversity, how they handle each possession in each play, and it actually allows them to grow mentally.
Ramona turns the corner on a Cardoso screen, who's back in the game. It looks like we get a technical foul on Coach Neto. After that Ramona basket, Nogic will toe the line for the tech free throw. And the coach has been riding the officials here after every trip down the floor. Officials have had enough of it as Nogic makes good on the free throw. Coach Malkovich barely stands during games. Looks very comfortable over there. She's seen all moments that you could see in basketball at every level. This is nothing to her as thousands of Brazilians scream at the top of their lungs, chanting defense for the team in the rock.
Yeah, she's one of the greatest coaches out there right now, and if she shows composure on the bench like that, her team will show that same composure on the court.
Rasha blows the layup after she was found nicely there by Nogic. And Anderson is going to get a call for the foul. Suarez had deep post position. It's only the third team foul or rather Serbia here. Seconds on the shot clock now for Serbia to work with, or rather Brazil to work with as they inbound. Ramona on the wing, now looking for help. Suarez has it. Looking for a cutter. Costa down to 3 seconds on the shot clock, puts it up. Can't get it to go. Did it touch the rim? A foul's called. A foul is called. Victoria. One official has the foul call, the other says shot clock violation. Let's see what the verdict is. It is a shot clock violation. Serbia basketball. Stankovic will check back into the game for Serbia. She started the game off very well. Shajo looking to come back into the game as well.
Looks like they got their starting fives back in there to lead the way for the next 6 minutes in this quarter.
Still looking for Shajo to get a jumper, like a feel for the game. Anderson has broken the ice for her. If Shajo can get going, this is a different team. Serbia offensively. Here she is, open three. Right on cue.
That's right on cue. Look at that. She's a great shooter, so she just needs that one or two to get hit, and she'll be okay.
Stankovic with the steal. Anderson on the drive. And Serbia have shown up and silenced the crowd here in Belém.
You can see right here, Stankovic with the steal. Passes it to Anderson and lays it up to add 2 more points on the board.
A 6-point lead as Serbia forces Brazil to take a timeout. 30-24 your score with 6:25 remaining in the second quarter. Let's listen in to the Brazilian huddle.
Deixa vir pra cá, só vai para lado. Eu vou deixar uma grande sempre aqui, Camila, até pra gente proteger ela. Tá ficando uma aqui e a outra aqui. Quem vai arrumar? Você, tá? Vai ficar uma grande, fica aqui. Zona, não tem problema, fica aqui. Fica na área, fica na área. Presta atenção. Vamos jogar agora aqui no ataque, vamos jogar atrás com o pass back pra Camila. Então, ó, faz a Camila o primeiro bloqueio, sobe aqui, Davi, devolve a bola, vem colocar a bola aqui. E a gente joga com isso. Tá bem? Tá? Bora, vamos.
Sights and sounds of an intense game in front of a very passionate crowd. And yeah, Yvonne, we're breathing heavily too. Out of the timeout, Brazil needed it. They're down 6. And their offense is kind of slowed down a little bit. It's been a little bit mucky.
Yeah, they need to understand that when they come off that pick and roll, they're switching. So if you're a guard and you come off of the pick and roll, you're gonna have a big in front of you. What do? You back it out and you look for the mismatch with your post player and a Serbian guard, and then maybe pass the ball in and let your post player go to work.
That's where the advantage is for Brazil. It's inside. And ever since the opening 3 minutes, Serbia's taken that away. Let's see if Brazil, coming out of that timeout, look to get back inside. They just tried to feed it to Cardoso, but pass goes awry and a foul was called. So 11 seconds on shot clock. Get a thumbs up from the official. That's the reason for the delay here. We'll put the ball back in play. Costa. They want to go inside to Cardoso. They do. The cut by Paisao was read there by Nogic. She slapped it out of bounds. Now 6 on the shot clock.
Remember, that was one thing we talked about in the first game with Cardoso. She was always back to the basket, but now you see her facing up. When her teammate cut, she tried to pass her the ball. It didn't go through, but the fact that she is facing up is a good indication that she's getting better.
Stankovic came up with the block. Shot clock was expiring. Dantes couldn't get it. Neither could Cardoso. And Serbia come away with the rock. Krajcnik. Anderson. They repost Stankovic. And she's stripped by the smaller Paixão.
And that's something when you're a taller guard like that, you don't want to dribble when you have a smaller guard defending you. You want to turn around, be big, and just lay it over their heads.
The foul was called there as Cardoso was trying to establish it's the 4th team foul. And Krajnik took a shot in the stomach. Maybe the wind knocked out of her. She seems like she's going to be toughing it out over the next couple of minutes. Meanwhile, it's Brazil basketball with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Once again, they want to establish inside. Layla from the corner. 3-point shot now drying up for Brazil. Nogic for 3, in and out.
And you know, she had 12 points the other night against Germany, and you want to see her get started now, before the half ends.
Dantes is fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2. Well, Dominis Dantes has been calling for the ball in the basket, or in the post, the last couple of trips down the floor.
Yeah.
And it's tough when you play with bigs inside that can score and know they can score almost every touch, regardless of who's guarding them. And Dantes and Cardoso, it's hard to get that spacing right, and Brazil's kind of working through that now in these last couple of possessions.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a guard and I see my post players posting up, I'm passing them the ball. I might make a play for that, but if they're open, they're open. And I think they're both being aggressive right now to make it a big front and, you know, make sure that their guards are seeing them and being big, but they are overcrowding each other. They need that spacing, so hopefully they can figure that out right now as the game continues.
Dantes knocks down both free throws. It's a 4-point game halfway through the second quarter. If Brazil wins, they're on their way to Paris, and they'll bring Germany along with them. Anderson from the corner. Can't make it. Stankovic is having herself a half. If Serbia are able to be victorious tonight by at least 8 points, they will be going to Paris. Dantes now with some space, operating and cashing out.
And that is her go-to move. She's going to back down and take that one pivot back and shoot right over the top of her defender.
Give her 7 points and counting. Shajo was calling for it. She hit that 1-3 from the corner. Wants to get going. Nogic is fouled. It's a 13 foul now for Brazil. Layla picks it up.
We did call it from the beginning of this game. It's going to be an intense game. Every single basket is going to be earned. You see Nogic right here facing up, refuses the screen, and then Layla just fouls her. So it's going to be an intense game. We called it.
Got to get the ball in. Stankovic over the top of everybody. She shows the up fake. Cardoso blocks that. Paixão. Layla down the lane. The lead is 2 with 4 to play in the first half.
The crowd is definitely up on their feet again.
Stankovic, a great move. Giving you everything in her bag right now.
I mean, she's came to play. She was 3 from 8 in their game against Germany, but now she's playing amazing.
Dantes with the response on the other end, and she's fired up after that basket goes through. She's starting to feel it now. 9 points and counting for her. Shajo, jab step. Knew she missed it, so she's trying to follow it. Can't save it. Costa running. Down the lane. Can't get it to go. Cardoso with the offensive board, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line.
Serbia's post players are going to have to know that Cardoso is going to fight for every single board, even if she came from half court and got that rebound. So Serbia post players and players in general need to be very aware where the Brazil post players are at, because they're dominating right now on rebounding.
Coach Malkovich can feel momentum shifting towards Brazil. She calls for time with 3:12 remaining in the first half. in a 2-point game, and will eavesdrop into her huddle. Blocked by Cardoso there, that ignited the fast break. Layla gallops down the lane as no one stopped the rock. Was able to get two. Here's Shajo. Her long jumper she was able to make earlier in this quarter. Coach Neto picked up the technical foul earlier on, and it seemed to get his team back focused on the floor as you take a look at Cardoso at the foul line for the first time tonight. Missing the first free throw. She's terrific. Scoring side, outside, good defender, rebounds well. The one area of improvement is right here at the foul line.
I definitely do agree. And then also learning or adding more post moves, face-ups, 15-footer shots to her game. She'll be even greater than what she is now at the age of 22.
A little pressure shown there by Brazil, and a turnover for Serbia.
Yeah, you see Anderson saying, calm down, there's no rush. And that's true.
Still plenty of time in this quarter, let alone the game. A great pass by Costa, and Dantas gives Brazil the lead once again.
I love that guard to post action right there. They had eye contact. Dantes faked it and cut straight to the basket.
How does Serbia respond now from the Brazilian surge? And the energy in this arena. Dugalic back to Anderson. She draws three. Finds a cutting Russia. She missed it. And Dantes with the rebound. Russia with the steal and an easy two.
She got to make up for that missed layup.
It was a gift,
yeah,
but she did make up for it. She has 5. The double, almost leading to another turnover. Costa thought about it, finds Cardoso galloping down the lane, and almost put it in for a 3-point play. How strong do you have to be to take a hit like that and get a shot off?
You have to be very strong. They're sending bodies at Cardoso. They're sending bodies at Dantes, so they do have to be strong with the basketball. Go up strong, make your basket, or get the foul like Cardoso did, and that's why she was rewarded at the free throw line right now.
She's quiet in the first quarter, now starting to come alive here in the second. Give her 6 points and counting. She missed the second of 2 free throws. Score tied at 36. Last 2 minutes of this quarter going to be so important for momentum going into the halftime break. Marshall very physical right now on Nogic. Anderson, jab step in the lane floater. Can't get it to go. Layla with the rebound. Costa gets trapped as soon as she crosses half. Layla down the lane. Missed the floater. Got her own. Cardoso will try.
I mean, that just can't happen. You saw twice Layla got the ball coast to coast, laid it up. She misses it this time, but Cardoso gets the rebound. They need to know where Layla's at on the floor. She's a guard that likes to attack and be fast.
Mankovic is fouled. She did a great job of ripping through to make sure she got that contact, and Layla will pick it up. Second foul for Layla here in the second quarter. A lot of players on the court right now taking some deep breaths.
Again, now you see Serbia. You have a veteran player, Anderson, with 4 young players, and they're in the game. I love to see that.
A little bit of a zone shown now by Brazil. Nogic, she'll try for three. Can't get it to go. Dugalic battling for it. Paixão comes away with it. Looking to weave through traffic. Finds Layla. Costa for three. Off the mark. Cardoso touched it last. Will go the other way. Under a minute to play here in the second quarter. If Brazil wins, they're off to the Olympic Games. And it's going to be a 2-for-1 as they'll bring Germany with them. Serbia wins by at least 8 points. They will be going to the Olympic Games. Someone will be presented with a ticket, most likely tonight. Australia already has one here from Belém. Dugalic's three not there. Anderson, fresh 14 for Serbia. Nogic, she'll take a three and hit.
What?
That was cold.
What a shot.
That was cold.
She spots up, has the confidence, and lets it fly. And she drills it in.
Paixão was standing right in her face. And you see the emotion as Nogic drills the three to give Serbia a 1-point lead. Brazil take a timeout. All eavesdrop.
Aqui não tirando a bola, tem que estar aqui, ó. Tem que estar aqui para que faça esse passe. Bota a Mila aqui, gente. Vamos. Depois rebote. Ei, 42. Nós vamos marcar pressão aqui. 42. Camila. E aqui estamos. Vamos colocar a Leila. Ok? Estamos saindo. Se não conseguir receber, Camila aparece. Débora, mão a mão. Passou o ataque. Passou o ataque. Chamamos direto. Chamamos cabeça. Cabeça. Beleza? Bora, vamos.
During that huddle, you saw points in the paint flash across your screen. Brazil with the advantage there. That was something we looked at coming into this game. The size advantage obviously on the side of Brazil, but now you're starting to feel it, and it's starting to show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah, that's Brazil's DNA. Get the ball in the paint, or even attacking the basket from the guard position. Just make sure that you're being physical on all aspects of the floor.
After the timeout, let's see what Brazil run. Serbia with some pressure here. Costa's going to be able to break it. Dantes shows the ball, then goes. Paixão using the Dantes screen. Paixão inside. A wild shot. Dugalic picks it up. Shot clock unplugged. 10 to play here in the first half. And a great game so far. Jankovic. She's fouled from behind, and that foul puts Brazil in the penalty, so that was sent her to the line for two. Excuse me, it does not send her to the line for two. Serbia with possession, and Nogic takes a shot and missed it. That shot wouldn't have counted had it gone in. The crowd let out a sigh as that shot missed. I don't know how this crowd is going to keep this energy up, but I hope they do. At the half, in a thrilling game, a 1-point game, it's Serbia in front, 39-38. Stats from the first half. Both teams struggling to find the stroke from three-point range. And we have seen them hit some timely threes to either kill momentum for the other side or at least spark momentum for theirs.
Yeah, we've seen that. So, I mean, look at this rebound, 19 to 24. That's how you know Brazil is dominated a little bit more on the post presence right now. We can see as the leading scorer, Anderson has 16 and Dantes has 11. So, for Anderson, continue to do what you do for Serbia national team, and then Dantes, continue to attack the basket. It's very important. Look for your shots. Be more physical, and I'm sure that they'll come out doing that.
Vaughn Anderson, as you mentioned, the leading scorer of the game so far. You've been in a position where you've played with vets and then you were a vet yourself.
Yeah.
Yvonne had to come in and take control of this basketball game for a very young team around her to kind of lead the way, and she was able to do that.
Yeah, she was able to do that, but I do think it started from that Germany game and what she didn't bring to that game and what she needs to bring to this game, and that's what she's bringing. So it's a ripple effect. She knows that she's the vet. She needs to take control, and that's exactly what she's doing. She's making it up for the lack that she had in the previous game, and you can see as a veteran, when you have that opportunity to do so, to have the young players to see how you're handling the game, to see your body language, to see how physical you're playing, and have them adapt to that. And that's exactly what all the Serbian players have done so far.
What was the one thing that you really tried to focus on as a vet to help your younger team kind of, be able to calm their nerves in a hostile environment like this?
I'm a calm talker, so like, when you're, this is a tough stage for you to be at the age of 22 or 24 or, just a young player, so you're gonna make mistakes. And when I was in that position as a veteran, I would just talk to them calmly and just say, hey, it's okay, shake it off, do better, do this, or, change that, watch out for this. And they would see how I'm mad at them for what their mistakes, and they're more relaxed. When you have young players, you want them to be relaxed as possible because they're on the national team. That means you're good. That means you deserve to be here. So no stress. I would just talk and let my game and how I'm moving on the court and my poise speak for itself.
A thrilling game here at the half, a one-point game. Serbia in front, 39-38.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Nice pass to Stewart. And the foul on one. Stewart with a chance for a three-point play.
Obinia. Reverse layup is good. So Spain now have a 3-point lead over Canada. 2 minutes left.
Getting some touches. See if she gets some either on this possession. Another block there by Saddle. It's going to stay here with 70 feet.
Studer uses the screen by Kidd. Sammy Hill moves his feet though. Oh, good defense, but even better offense. Nice little step through scoop layup by Agnes Studer.
Again, that's what we were talking about earlier on. Even late in the clock, they are positive and get shots they want to take. Buys plenty of time, gets her feet set, puts it up, that's the three to go! Hungary with a 53-48 lead in the end of three.
Jab steps now attacking. Rejected by Magmacor. She swallowed that basketball.
Circus pass to young Lee Wei, and what a stop for China on the timeout. Oh, what a block by Carlton. Oh, at the buzzer, she just rejects Lauda Hill.
Well on top, look at this pass from Alamon. Make the easy play.
Right behind the back. No doubt that will be a highlight. Top 10 play. Beautiful pass.
They play in many respects like they're in an all-star game. Get it to Plum. He gets free. He puts it up. And are they going to count it? Has she made it? They're going to review it. They will go and review this. If they have won on that play, that will be a stunner from Breanna Stewart.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Belém, Brazil, northern Brazil, the gateway to the Amazon is the gateway to Paris here tonight. As Yvonne Anderson trying to power her team through to Paris, and Serbia win by at least 8 points. They will qualify for the Olympic Games. She's come out and she started this game on fire from the field. We've seen the entire repertoire for Yvonne Anderson, including that nasty step back.
Yeah, I mean, she ended the half with 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. So she understood her assignment coming here today and being aggressive for the Serbian national team. You can see her right here pulling up and doing what she does best. I mean, that's why she's the leading scorer right now. She 16 points, 6 for 8, and 4 for 4 for the free throw line. And you just want her to continue with that momentum in this second half.
She struggled from the field in game number 1 against Germany, shot 21% from the field. A different game, a different Yvonne Anderson tonight. She definitely set the tone for Serbia. On the other side, it's been inside play. Dominis Dantas has dominated the paint.
Yeah, she has. I mean, she can do it all. That's one of her favorite moves. She's going to back you down, spin off of you, and just lay it or float it or shoot it over her defender. She can also shoot the 3, shoot the mid-range. So she is a big threat for Brazil.
The bigs of Serbia are going to have their hands full here in the second half. If one of the adjustments were to be made by Coach Neto, is maybe feature Dantas and Cardoso a little bit more inside to draw some double teams to free up the rim.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. When we started the game out, they didn't have as easy touches as well as they did. The guards were attacking the basket because they were sitting 2 or 3 people when they touched the ball, and then for some reason, Serbia's defense relaxed. So maybe they should start this third quarter or the second half sending one body to them, sending 2 bodies to the post players of Brazil to make them rattle, to pass the ball out, because Brazil's threats are in the post.
Love to see fans all ages here enjoying this one. As the next generation maybe of Brazilian basketballers watching this hotly contested game, a 1-point game, as Serbia in front by 1.
I mean, it must be an intense halftime talk because both teams have not come out yet. So just be prepared for this second half to be a brutal battle because both teams want to qualify for the Olympics.
Beautiful sight. A full packed house with a lot of energy to see women's basketball. You love to see it. Credit to Belém. They've been an incredible host here. The city has treated us excellently. We only have 1 more day here, but I'm not ready to leave yet.
I'm not either. The sun is shining here. Sometimes it rains a little bit, but they have been so nice and hospitable to all of us here. So it's been a nice little ride here.
Earlier today, we saw Australia punch their ticket to the Olympic Games in a win over Germany, as both teams now make their way back on the floor. Serbia wins tonight by 8 points. The loss against Germany is going to be a thing of the past. They're not even going to be worried about that because they'll be looking forward to head to Paris. On the other side, as we take a look at the game leaders for Brazil, if Brazil can simply beat Serbia here tonight, they go to the Olympic Games, and it's a 2-for-1, because guess what? Germany will be joining them. You played in an Olympic Games. You know what it's like to qualify for an Olympic Games. At the half of a very close game, as we take a look at Dantes' full stat line, what goes through your mind? So what's some of your thoughts at the halftime break when you're like, we're there, we're right there, we have 20 minutes between us and punching our ticket?
Yeah, you just don't want to rack your nerves about that. You don't want to, overstress yourself about exactly what you just said. You want to play your game. Both teams have played well in the first half. They had high, they had low, so they need to continue that, taking it one possession at a time, just one possession at a time, because I'm telling you, you don't want to think like, oh my God, I have 20 minutes left.
Right.
I got to do this, I got to do that. No. Stay poised and stay patient, and then the game will speak for itself.
We saw the stat leaders for Serbia. Yvonne Anderson back on the floor. Here's her full stat line. The second half, if you're Serbia, give me one key that you want to focus on to make sure you secure victory here tonight.
I would say continue to move the ball. You got to move the ball. You got to make sure that Brazil is playing defense. You don't want to come down here and one pass and shoot it. Continue to move the ball because they're playing great defensively. They really are. And I would say start sending that extra body to Suarez. Start sending that extra body to Dantes, Erica de Souza, and Cardoza to make them rattle and then forcing Brazil's point guard or guard play to show up.
Scan the QR code right now on your screen to download the app. Courtside 1891 streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. Follow along with every single FIBA Olympic World Cup, Olympic qualifying tournament through the app. We've already seen Belgium punch their ticket, Nigeria punch their ticket, Australia here and Brazil have punched their ticket, China, Puerto Rico, joining the US and France as the field so far for the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. Brazil wins tonight. They'll also punch their ticket and bring Germany alongside with them. If Serbia is able to win by 8 points, they will be going to the Olympic Games. As we start the second half in a 1-point game, Serbia in front 39-38 here in Brazil. Krajcik, her shot off the mark. Dantes vacuums in the rebound. You mentioned Serbia should move the rock. That's what they need to focus on as Brazil gets their first possession here in the second half. Give me one thing they need to do to secure victory tonight.
I mean, go inside, and go inside. That is their moneymaker. That's their DNA, to get the ball inside, whether that's passing it to the post players or their guards attacking it, shaking and baking it on the perimeter to get to the basket and making the layups. But get the ball inside. As you can see right here, right now, she took it to the hole.
Yeah, Paixão going to the rack, and a battle for the ball ends up being a tie-up. It was Brazil with the possession arrow, so that was switch sides, and Serbia's now going forward. Costa at the logo. Dantas. Anderson all over her. 3 to shoot. Dantas puts it up over Anderson. Great defense by Von Anderson that time. Nogic was asking for the foul call basically as soon as she crossed half court. Here's the replay.
I want to talk about the play before where Dantas was on the three-point line and Anderson was guarding her. If I was Dantas, I would do a quick pass to the wing and cut to the basket. You have a smaller guard on you. Post up. That's a mismatch right there. You're not a threat on the three-point line when you have a smaller guard on you.
Bailed Anderson out on that possession defensively without question as Novic drills the first free throw. Give her 5 points. She struggled with her shot here in Brazil so far. Maybe getting to the line to see the ball go through the hoop a couple of times will wake it up.
It would definitely build that confidence.
Layla will penetrate. Dantas back on the perimeter for 3. Off the mark. And a foul's going to be called as Krajcik was holding Cardoso. Third foul now on Tina Krajcik, the captain of Serbia. You want to pick up the 4th. She definitely provides some size inside for Serbia. Dantas another 3 on the outside, and they're not listening to your scouting report. Pounded inside.
They are not, but hopefully they understand that those outside shots will be there, but you get that rhythm from easy buckets.
Another jump ball call this time. Possession arrow is Serbia's. As a very physical game this has been. As Dubilic taking a dump, and Coach Neto saying, hey, it was a travel. Probably was a foul, Coach, if we're being honest.
Before the travel, yes.
So Serbia basketball with 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Novic just trying to make sure that the one spot is cleaned up. Coach Malkovich standing, which has been rare for her here in Brazil. That's to tell you the intensity level right now in this game. Brazil in the zone. Let's see how Serbia navigate this. Shacho for 3. In and out. Dantas has it, gave it up to Paixão. Dantas trying to establish herself, and that's a bad pass. Read well by Dubilic. Nogic goes behind the back, and she's fouled. She's asking for the unsportsmanlike and said there was no play on the ball there if you read her lips. Let's see if she was right. Could have went either way.
Yeah, depending on the angle that you look at it.
Second foul on Paixão. Stankovic had some moments in that first half. Here she is on the roll. Anderson let her go by. Put the jump shot up. A late whistle, the correct one. The crowd doesn't like it, but it was the correct foul.
In this position, Brazil was in a man offense. In the previous position, they were in a zone. And they're forcing Serbia to shoot the ball because they're not shooting well. They should actually just stay in that zone. They're not, they're not really getting the ball inside. They are taking these outside shots. So I think they'll benefit if they go back to that zone and force Serbia to shoot those contested three-point shots.
To your point, they're only shooting 17% from three-point range right now in this game. In game number 1, they shot 22% from three-point range. It's Cardoso, counter, and the foul.
And that's what we want to see, the ball go inside to the post players or inside the paint. You can see right here, Cardoso getting the ball and just laying it up and committing the foul.
As a big, you can appreciate that entry pass from Costa. That was right on the button. Count the basket here on the free throw. It was early entry by Serbia. Count the basket and make it a 2-point game. 11 points and counting now for Cardoso. Anderson at the foul line, rattles it home.
I mean, that's her sweet spot. She's going to make it 9 times out of 10.
And now locking in defensively on Deborah Costa. Layla to the corner. Too hot for Deborah Costa to handle.
Brazil needs to see the mismatch when they come off of these pick and rolls. It's there. You are a guard coming off of a pick and roll, and they're switching. Back it out and dump the ball inside to your post player that has a small guard on them for the mismatch. I think they're just not seeing that. It's there. It's been there all game.
Nogic step back three, can't hit. A battle for the offensive rebound and reset now for Serbia. Vaughn Anderson, great hezzy triple. Vaughn Anderson is in a zone.
When you talk about buckets, that's a walking bucket.
No question about it. Give her 22 points and counting. And she's getting to her spots.
She is getting to her spot, but is that enough? The next leading scorer on Serbia is 8. You know, you have to have everyone show up and contribute. You know, it's amazing to see the game that she's playing right now, but everyone has to step up offensively.
Here she is again, spinning off the defenders. Finds Shajo. Anderson. Serbia now will run a set. Stankovic thought about it, now takes it and drills it. Timeout Brazil as Serbia extend to a 10-3 run to start this third quarter. And Stankovic, the player you mentioned that had 8 points, second leading scorer, just got to 10 with this jumper.
And remember what I called out, that one thing that Serbia can do? Move the ball. And that's exactly how Stankovic got open at that 15-footer.
If you want stats and more, scan the QR code right now on your screen. Stay up to date with this game and others around the tournament. Let's listen into the Brazil huddle.
Vamos tentar, quando for mais o bloqueio aqui, tentar passar por trás. Vamos tentar passar por trás dela. A nossa grande tem que ficar um pouco mais próximo, para a hora que ela atacar, pelo menos ter um braço na frente dela. Pelo menos um braço na frente, tá vendo? Ei, no ataque agora, vamos fazer isso aqui, ó. No ataque agora, vamos fazer 3 baixos. É isso aqui, ó. Tá, Thay, você bloqueia a Vitória. Pra Vitória vir, você sobe. Damires e Camila. Tá certo? A Damires sai, deixa eu dar essa bola aqui na Damires. Camila, você entra, ela fica tudo aberto, você consegue botar a bola aqui.
Ah, a primeira.
É a primeira, tá vendo?
Eu passo na Tainá.
Você traz, ela vai fazer um bloqueio aqui pra sair, passa aqui, sai daqui. Ei, Vitória.
The pictures of an intense game. Intensity here keeps turning up a notch every second that ticks off the clock. The score right now, Serbia in front, 49-41, with 6:19 remaining in the third quarter. That scoreline, 8 points the difference, and a win for Serbia, at least by 8 points, would send them to the Olympic Games. Brazil just needing a win to go to the Olympic Games, and out of the timeout, they come away with a turnover, and that might be an unsportsmanlike foul call, as Dantes with a frustration foul there right on front of us. Just gonna say a common foul.
Yeah, you never want to see a frustration foul like that in the open floor. She came off that curl expecting the ball, but then got a turnover, and then just fouled Vaughn Anderson. She's like, okay.
Here's Anderson. Victoria on her. A lot of length for Victoria now. And she's using it, showing it to Anderson, trying to slow her down. Krajicnik's been quiet. Jab step, now trying to get to the paint. It's robbed by Paixão. Martins into the game. She was quiet in the first half. She had a couple of threes against Australia. Paixão drills a deep one. The lead is 5.
I mean, what a shot from her. The veteran player just came in and popped that shot to close the gap in this lead right now.
Shajo puts it on the deck. Lost control of it. Krajicnik was right there to pick it up. Fall away shot by Krajicnik off the mark. She had to put it up with the shot clock winding down. Dantas sees the double, shoots over the double.
And that's what you don't want, for the crowd to get involved at the way that they did right now with that last score. As you could see, Paixão shoot that 3 wide open, getting more points on the board, and then the next possession down, Dantas doing Dantas things with her favorite move, and it rattles and it bounces right in, and that's just not what you want if you are from the Serbian national team. You could see the enthusiasm of the coach right now. The crowd's in it, but let's take a listen to the timeout.
You've been in huddles like that before. You know what it's like. Players aren't just screaming to scream. They're trying to elevate and get you to the level that the game is at. Heard Shajo saying, come on, well, let's go. Let's fire up. Let's see how they respond.
Yeah, you just want to take that in if you're a player on the court. You want to listen to your players, encourage you to say, let's go, let's go. This is our game. So hopefully Serbia comes out and continues it with the lead.
Have it right now. They're up 3. Brazil's surging. Vaughn Anderson has been terrific. She draws a double. Shajo might have to put it up here. Will she be able to? And a late foul by Victoria bails out a bad possession by Serbia. And that's going to put Nogic at the line to make matters even worse.
I mean, if you're Victoria, you got to be aware of the shot clock. It was winding down. If you would have just let Nogic catch the ball, it would have been a, it would have been a turnover. So just being aware, especially at these crucial moments in game, is very important.
Djordjevic waiting to check into the game. 24 years of age. Big 4:34 remaining here in this third quarter, and she's getting the minutes. Nogic at the line, who has struggled to find her shot, but has knocked down free throws easily. She's an 88% free throw shooter in club play. And wants the ball wiped off as it's a little wet. It's a good excuse to get another couple seconds to breathe at the line, too.
Yeah, that or tie your shoe. I've done both.
New ball, same result. Malchin's watching and surveying the situation. Nogic in front of her. Dantas in the lane. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2.
That was definitely a good take by her, realizing that she has a smaller defender on her, and just go straight up and gets the foul.
Jankovic saying, hey, I got the ball. Referees disagree. And they'll send Domitas Dantas to the line for 2 shots. Misses the first. Dantes working on a 13-5 night. She's been a +6 in her time on the floor. Over 14 points and counting now. No pressure shown here by Brazil. Change momentum. It's broken easily by Serbia. And they fall back into that zone that you asked for earlier. No, back to man. Nogic. Krajicek, a rare 3. Off the mark. And Paixão with the push. Paixão. Martins is going to pull it back out. She sees Dantes as a mismatch. No one goes out to get Martins. And she missed a wide open 3 that would have blown the roof off this building.
Yeah, a lot of 3s are rattling in and out, but one will sink for each team.
Anderson spins away from the defense and calmly knocks it down. Six-point game, 320 and more physicality underneath the basket as a cutter got bumped. It's going to be the 14th foul now for Serbia in the quarter. Coach Malkovic, no expression. The second foul on Anderson. Paixão got away with a walk. Got a bucket out of it.
Yeah, it looked like she wanted to pass the ball, but she had the open shot. She faked, got her defender in the air, and floated it up.
8 points and counting now for Paixão. Nogic for 3. Left it short. Dantes vacuums it in. Victoria will take a 3.
These are the fast shots that I'm talking about. Neither team needs that at this moment. Get the ball, set it up, set your screen, and find the best offense for your team.
Anderson looking at the official saying, hey, I'm being pushed here. Are you going to blow the whistle? Ball last touch by Brazil. It will be Serbia basketball. Still 8 seconds on the shot clock as no foul was called there. Nogic will trigger the inbound. She has Anderson. Anderson's going to have to go quickly. She wants to clear inside so she can go to work. Anderson weaving through traffic. She missed. Shot clock doesn't reset. She has to put it up. It's a violation. Anderson blew the layup, didn't draw rim. He didn't realize it once she got the ball on the perimeter.
Yeah, if she knew the clock was winding down, she would have took that shot, but she wasn't aware of the time.
Neto pacing the sideline. You could feel the tenseness right now in this gym. It's one thing to host it in front of your home crowd, but you also don't want to disappoint them. Put that pressure on yourself and team to send them home happy. Martins, great pass. Victoria for 3. Overshot it. Cardoso is there. She can't make it. Battling with Krajicek. They're going to say it stays here with 2 seconds. Oh no, they're going to reset the shot clock here, back to 14. A gift here for Brazil.
I just know that they're battling down in the low post. Krajicek and Cardoso are battling. It's amazing to see that they're not making it easy for each other to score the ball.
Not at all. Bodies around Dantes. She forced it up, can't get it to fall. Under 2 to play here in the third, and Anderson trots into the front court. Anderson rejects the Krajicek screen. Krajicek finding open space, left it short, followed her own, and gets fouled, and she'll go to the line. So Tina Krajicek struggling from the field, 1 of 7 from the floor, only 2 points in the game. She'll try to get going here at the foul line as Dantes picks up his second foul. Anderson will sit with 1:44 to play in the third. That will bring Nogic back on the floor. How long do you keep Anderson out of this game, as she's been the only one to really get offense going for Serbia on a consistent basis?
Not long. That's just my only answer. Not long. But going back to Tina Krajicek, she didn't have the best game against Germany, and not offensively this game, but she's actually battling down low at the post and trying to solidify herself on defense and rebounding the ball. So maybe she's not coming on the stat sheet offensively, but she's doing things on the court now.
She goes 1 of 2 from the line on that trip. Malchins trying to get it inside to Cardoso, and Krajcik right on the money there with a poke away. Ball's going to stay here. Possession with Brazil.
And that's what happens when you're a player that's usually used to scoring or a dominant threat for your team, and you're not scoring that game. There's so many other things that you go do on the court. So you cannot hang your head down just because you're not getting your points. That's kind of selfish to me. You got to do other things. And Krajcik, she's doing that. She's getting on the floor. She's, you know, boxing out and doing everything that she needs right now for her team.
Preventing Cardoso to go up and set the screen. Cardoso drives inside, count the basket, and the foul. Camila Cardoso, too big, too strong, too good.
Seeing here, coming off of that pick and roll strong. She slices between 2 Serbian players and lays it up and gets the and one.
Malchins with the fist pump. Cardoso took the quick foul shot. No one was ready for it. She made it as the crowd erupts. One official gave her the basketball.
Yeah, I mean,
to me, that's ball in.
Yeah, that's ball in. But I think one of the refs was talking to the player. He didn't see that.
Montes will leave the game. That will make way for Suarez. And Coach Neto way at half court to find out what the official was talking to Coach Malkovich about. And he's now arguing that Cardoso's bucket should count.
Yeah.
So the basket counted. We have 1 free throw to throw here. And Cardoso will get the ball, this time for real. Makes it. Krajcik just got over the timeline. Now looking for a card. Ratcha was sitting on the bench for quite some time. It'll be interesting to see how she gets back in this game. That's an offensive foul. As Ramona picks it up on Nogic, and it's Nogic's 3rd. And this crowd is back into this game.
She did not like that call. She felt like she was getting hammered before, but this is a physical game, and the refs see what they see, and we have to honor those calls.
Saw the reaction. And as you mentioned, Yvonne Anderson wasn't going to spend too much time on the bench. She checks back in with Nogic picking up the foul. They want to get Nogic in any sort of foul trouble. Dulic also back on the floor. Krajcik grabbing her shorts. She's played some hard minutes tonight. She's playing some more hard minutes down the post trying to stop Cardoso. Cardoso has a smile on her face on this possession. Suarez attacking. Ties the game.
This place is rocking. The fans are on their feet cheering for the Brazilian national team. As you can hear the uproar right now, it's 54 to 54 with 26 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Anderson driving in was fouled, and she'll go to the line for free throws.
And that's what you also said. I mean, you can see here, she's attacking the basket. Romana did not have to foul her, but it's because of the intensity around the arena right now. It's like, I want the ball. Let me go get the ball, but it wasn't a good play at that moment, especially with 19 seconds left on the clock.
Ramona picks up her 1st foul, and we'll let you know. We'll let the crowd tell you if it goes in or not.
What did you say, ball don't lie?
She quiets the crowd on the 1st free throw. What a night to see the stat line. A gutsy performance by Yvonne Anderson. As As her team leads by 2 now. Shot clock unplugged here in the third period. Suarez is open. Victoria shows the ball, now drives inside. She's fouled and she'll go to the line as bodies hit the deck. Looks like it's going to be on Shajo. It's her second. Erica De Souza comes back into the game. 7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that would give Cardoza. Yeah, sorry. That would give Cardoza that break that she needs before entering the fourth quarter.
Smart sub here. You not only get the time right now, the 7 seconds on the clock, but in real time, it's going to be more because you have the quarter break. As Victoria toes the line, taking her time at the free throw line and misses the first. You saw the deep breath. You know her heart's racing right now.
Yeah.
Misses both of them. Dugalich with a great box out. Can Serbia get a look? Bodies again on the ground. Possession arrow in favor of Brazil. They'll have a chance to get a look to close the quarter. What a physical basketball game. What a great basketball game.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying this as much as we are. .7 seconds on the clock, enough time to catch and shoot. But it's got to be quick. Let's see what Brazil drop.
Lob to Suarez, you think? Or pin down, three-point shot?
The lob wasn't there. Layla got it off in time, but she's off the mark. Wow. Fourth quarter is on the way. 10 minutes remaining in this game. A chance to go to the Paris Games on the line. Serbia in front by 2. 30 minutes in the books. Let's take a look at the numbers. See what they tell us. 3-point shooting struggle city for both teams. They just can't find the mark there. Yeah. You mentioned in that third quarter, at some point, one of these teams are going to break through from 3, and that's going to change the game.
Yeah, it's going to change the game. They're going to continue like Sasha Shajo. She's going to continue taking her shot, and one of those shots will fall. Victoria from Brazil will continue to take her shots, and those shots will fall. They're great shooters for both of their national teams, and they need to be confident in their shots. They have 10 more minutes in this fourth quarter, so they're going to have to step it up some way, somehow. But both have brought other things, not just their shots. They've been getting on the floor, diving for balls, making that extra pass. So they are doing other things, but one of them will fall.
Your key to the game after half for Serbia was to move the basketball. Did you see enough of that in the third quarter?
No, not enough, because I saw more one pass and then shoot it, and then a rebound, and then that's why they get to the free throw line. So it did help them in that way to continue to have this lead, but if they want to keep the lead that they had in the beginning and have a little bit of stretch down the line, they need to move the ball, be poised, be patient, and just, get to your spots, set your screens, and play basketball.
Scan the QR code right now on your screen to download the app. Courtside 1891 streams, schedule scores, and so much more from the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments around the globe. Here in Brazil, only one team knows where they're going, and one team is Australia, who have successfully punched their ticket to the Paris Games. 2 more tickets up for grabs. 3 teams hoping to get it. We'll start the fourth quarter. Serbia basketball, they lead by 2. If they win the game by at least 8 points, they will go to Paris and the Olympic Games. If Brazil simply win the game, it's going to be a 2-for-1. Brazil will win and go to Paris. Germany will be joining them on their way to Paris as Nogic misses the 3 to start the fourth quarter. Bodies hit the floor. And you see Nogic pleading for a foul call. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Not from her. She's usually not a player that talks to the refs this much this game, but she feels like she deserves a lot of calls that weren't been called, so she's pleading for the refs to make one call for her. Just that one.
Here's Nogic, a step back three. Off the mark. Once again, struggling from the field. Ramona turns back around. Dantas draws two. They repost Dantas, falling away. Can't get it to go. De Souza tapped at it. Ball goes out of bounds. Hustling for it is Nogic. And she's going to take a second to collect herself off the floor.
Yeah, you can see her a little bit frustrated and trying to shake it off. Probably telling herself, come on, yo-yo, got 9 minutes left, I can do this. So she gets up, but at least she got up.
1 of 10 from the floor is Nogic. Malchines for three. In and out. And Vaughn Anderson now going the other way. Anderson has 26 points. She's carried the offensive load for this team. And there's the foul that Nogic begged for. It's the first team foul here in the fourth quarter for Brazil.
I mean, it's just been a physical game all around.
From the physical tournament.
Yeah, but this game has been really physical. As you can see, just the physicality is there, but it's because both teams want to be going to the Olympics, so it's understood.
Anderson had it poked by Ramona. Layla in the front court. Counted in the foul.
I mean, we talked about this. You do not want these fans to get involved in the game, and that's exactly what just happened right now. Laid the ball up, got the and one, and now she's at the free throw line.
Brazil lead by 1. In case you couldn't tell, with the thousands of Brazilians screaming here in this arena. 6 points and counting now for Layla. Anderson penetrating off her knee, and we're going the other way. Erica De Souza saying, get on your feet, Belém. We need you. You be the judge at home. We said it's been a physical game. The pictures tell the story. And Anderson picks up the foul the other way on Malchines. That's the first team foul for Serbia. Coach Malkovic saying, hey, come on now. We need some whistles the other way. And it's going to be a technical foul now on a warning, a warning on the bench, and Coach Malkovic here in the fourth. Anderson picks up the charge. That's how you respond.
That's how you respond to a play call you did not like. You play defense, you step your body, you take one for the team, and she took that charge. I'm like getting really nervous. This game is so intense right now. Oh, I love basketball.
Love this sport. Hope you're enjoying it at home too, because this is fun. Third foul on Malchines. Now Coach Neto has something to complain about. He already has one technical foul. He has to be careful. Delays because we're wiping up on the floor. There you see it on your screen. The staff here have been incredible at making sure that the athletes have pristine conditions to play in here in Belém. Stankovic, one dribble, she killed it and then passed it off to Anderson. Nogic saying clear that side. Near side, it's Anderson. Stankovic shows, goes, strong move. Give her 12. She's only missed the one shot. Almost came up with the steal there. Souza calmly hands it over to Malchines. Now 10 to shoot. Dantas for two. Can't get it to go, and a rebound by Nogic. Ramona all over Nogic, and she draws the foul again. Ramona's going to use her 5 fouls here tonight.
Yeah, she is.
She's going to make sure she gets her money's worth on each and every single one of them.
Any player that she's defending, you're going to feel her wrap her body, her arms on you, because she's came to defend today.
Erica De Souza just checked out of the game, and before she did, put 2 arms in the air and said, get on your feet and start cheering. We need you right now, crowd. Deborah Costa back on the floor, as is Cardoso. This feels like a game that's not going to have many subs the rest of the way. Anderson, Stankovic in the paint. Jumper doesn't fall. Cardoso vacuums it in. Deborah Costa. Dantas. Cardoso wants it on the block. She's fouled before she gets it. Post player, there's really not much you can do in that situation, can you?
No, because she's already beat. You want to play before she gets the ball. You want to have that hand on the top side. So you're denying it so that the guard can't even see a path to pass the ball. So get in front.
It's the 4th foul on Stankovic. She just tapped it out of bounds. The ball's right in front of us. And Evie almost picked it up and took a shot herself. She's so into the game. Ramona will inbound with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Costa, great entry pass. Gets it back after Cardoso draws 2, but threw up an air ball. That was one of your keys coming out of the halftime break, is get it inside and work off that inside out. Yeah,
because Cardoso had the ball, Anderson went in to help, and she kicked it back out for that 3. She just didn't make it, but that's a good defensive play because you want the ball outside of the post, and the Brazilian guards have to be ready to shoot.
Stankovic rattles home the mid-range jump shot. She's up to 14 points, giving Serbia a 3-point lead. Costa, Dantas rolling. No angle for the pass. Ramona for 3, off the mark. Anderson looking for early offense. Anderson spinning in the lane, got poked. Ball out of bounds at 17, ticks on the shot clock. You see the shooting percentages from 3-point range. Nothing really falling on either side. And 2 3-point shooters now check into the game in terms of Paixão for Brazil, and Shaja will check in for Serbia. Maybe they change that.
Yeah, you saw the flow of how Var got the ball on the other end and just rushed it up the court, because I think they're aware that if we win this game, even though we're up, we have to beat them by 8.
First task, secure the victory and keep your hopes at the Olympics alive. Stankovic kicks it out. Racha for 3. Can't hit. Stankovic stays and keeps it alive. Shajo back to Stankovic. Racha with deep post position, but the pass couldn't get to her. This is a scrum for the basketball. Nogic from downtown. Dugalic with the awareness to get there and try to put it up before the shot clock expired. She couldn't do it. And you see Nogic stretching. This is Cram City time.
That's when you dig in deep. If you're a player right now, you have bumps and bruises. Your body is aching, but on the line right now is the Olympic game right now. So you got 5 minutes and 54 seconds to play your heart out, both teams.
Brazil down 3 with the basketball. Suarez with a gorgeous feed inside. High-low to Cardoso. Shajo back on the floor. Can she find her jumper? Nogic pushing off. Found a look and rattled it home. Yo-Yo Nogic, tough.
That would definitely build her confidence. I mean, she's 1 for 11 right now, so she needed that basket to go inside as it rattled in.
Paixão watched by Nogic. Paixão turns the corner. Suarez for 3. Strong rebound inside by Shajo. She's not scoring, but she's doing some little things to keep her on the court. Von Anderson and Djordjevic waiting to check in at the next whistle for Serbia. Nogic trying to make it 2 in a row. Missed it. Another offensive rebound for Serbia. It's Stankovic. Soft touch.
She came to play today. She really did. She has 14 points right now and 6 rebounds.
Her 16 after that last jump shot.
Oh, yes.
You're right. She has come to play. As Paixão turns the corner. Kicks it out. Layla. 5 to shoot. Deep 3 and an ill-advised shot there by Layla.
Yeah, I think she had enough time to back it out, call a post player to set that high ball screen like a head tap and attack the basket. If someone's going to stop you in that paint, you had your shooters on in both corners. So just being aware, yes, you're playing with a sense of urgency, but you also want to play smart.
Anderson, Djordjevic checking into the game.
It's like you want to play fast, but not in a hurry.
Which is not easy to do, especially with the way that this gym has been electric since 45 minutes before tip. And they've kept the energy up all night long.
Loyal fans right now for this Brazilian national team as they're on their feet cheering, wanting them to win and take this game.
They know what's at stake. A win, Brazil is in. Chacho will sit and hit the bench. So very big lineup now for Serbia on the floor. This is the biggest lineup they've put out there. Von Anderson joined by Dulic, Racha, Krajicek, and Djordjevic. Djordjevic trying to cut across the lane and establish herself in the paint. And that strip goes off her thigh and out of bounds. Great entry pass by Vaughn. And a reach behind there by Layla to knock it out of bounds. Brazil now with 4 minutes to play in the game. Down by 5 at the Rock. Tying up Paixão. Pulls for 2. Can't get it to go. One and done for Brazil as Anderson picks up the rebound. Von Anderson. Krajicek, great pass inside, and Anderson spins it home. Von Anderson saying, yeah, I'll put the team on my back. Brazil call for time, 66-59. And look at the pass from Krajicek.
Yeah, I mean, Vaughn was just getting guarded heavily by Deborah. She couldn't come back on top side to get that ball from the top and come off of a pick and roll. So what does she do? She fakes one way, she goes another, and she backdoors cuts and gets a 2-point basket.
Timeout Brazil, 3:32 remaining in the game, 66-59 the score. Your key for Brazil was play inside out. Since the start of this quarter, they've been very much perimeter oriented.
Yeah, I mean, they're down. They do have to play inside out, which they have been because Serbia is sending that person or having that guard dig in and having the post player for Brazil to pass it back out. But now it's time, you know what? Be strong. You got the ball by the hoop, lay it up, get the foul. It's 3 minutes left. It's going to be crucial. You're going to get fouled. It's just mental focus right now for both teams, you know? Serbia, you are up, but you have to win by 8. So you have to take that into consideration. Brazil, you have to just win. So you're going to come out here and you're going to play hard as you've been doing the entire game. But be aware, if you are, you know, Cardozo and people are going at you, make a fast move or pass it back out, repost. But the ball needs to go inside, I believe.
Malchines on the floor for Brazil. Paixão, Layla, Dantes Suez, The Rock. And inside, Cardoso. They're trying to post right now. She has the ball, kicks it back out. Paixão for 3. Loose ball, Dantes vacuums it in. Paixão now pulls it back out with 10 to shoot. Malchines will try for 3.
Yep. That was a crucial shot. We talked about which team is going to drain that three when it comes to the time crunch, and that was Brazil right now.
Racha turns the corner. Krajcik kicks it back out. Racha jab fake, pulls for two. Can't make it. Dantas clears. 2:35 remaining in the game, and Von Anderson just came up with the steal. Anderson inside, tough layup, can't get it to go, and it's an offensive foul on Krajcik as she tried to grab the rebound. Wow.
Vaughn is saying, Anderson is saying, it might have been a foul, but there was a foul before. And now you just want them to just stay poised. They didn't like those calls being called right now. So what does Serbia have to do? They're faced with adversity right now. You are up, but you know you have a goal, 8 or more. So what do you do? And we're gonna find out right now.
4-point game. The crowd is standing in unison. Dantas for three. Dubilic with the rebound. Serbia looking to get some early offense. Stankovic running the floor beautifully. Can't make the layup. She tries again. She's fouled this time. It's the second foul on Camila Cardoso.
Yeah, they're making every single play hard for Serbia to score right now.
No fouls to give either way. With 2:05 remaining, and Stankovic misses the first. Oh for 2 from the line for Stankovic. Brazil still alive with under 2 to play. Layla inside, Cardoso overshot it, and Stankovic clears. Nogic trying to draw the foul. Now's not the time to foul if you're Brazil. You don't want to put Serbia at the line again.
Got to be smart.
And there is the foul that will put Stankovic back at the line. She just missed 2 free throws. Can she compose herself and make these?
I do think that's why Brazil fouled her. They could have fouled Vaughn if they wanted to foul, but they fouled her. She just missed 2 free throws, and hopefully she converts and makes these 2 to put 2 more points on the board for her team. So we'll see right now.
That's 3 straight misses now for Stankovic. She looks up to the heavens before the 4th one. Knocks it down. And for a moment, it's quiet in the gym with 1:35 remaining in the game. The scenario is simple. Brazil wins. They go to the Olympic Games. They bring Germany with them. If Serbia wins by 8, it will be them going to the Olympic Games. Layla for 3. Off the mark. Dubilic pulls it down. And Nogic will look to kill some clock. This feels like the possession of the basketball game. Who steps up for Serbia in this moment? Nogic crossing over. Stankovic has been terrific all night. Dubilic back to Stankovic. 3 to shoot. It's Nogic putting it up. Mid-range jump shot. Can't hit. And Racha comes up with one of the biggest rebounds of the tournament so far for Serbia. Anderson darting in. Von Anderson with Serbia on her back. Puts it in. And now getting tended to with the cramp. Unbelievable performance by Von Anderson.
I mean, she comes off, she snakes it, she goes over Cardoso, and she finishes. She's laying down, she just got up from her cramp, but what a basket right now in this qualifying tournament. Her and Serbia, she's taking it all the way.
69-62 is your score. 42.9 seconds remain. The gym is as quiet as it's been all night long. In fact, some folks are actually heading for the exits. Vaughn Anderson, that bucket gave her 30 points. If Serbia now figure out a way to try and close this game out, not only with the victory, but by at least 8 points, Paris, here they come.
Yeah, and right now you want to come out of this huddle and execute the game plan. You want to come out, you want to play solid defense, you don't want to foul, but you do want to play with some sense of urgency on the offensive end if you are Serbia. If you're Brazil, you want to also not foul. Try to get some steals, try to get some fast, easy buckets to get points on the score, but this basket by Vaughn Anderson was the basket that quieted the crowd.
Brazil coming out of the timeout. They'll have Dantas, Leila, Paixão, Malchins, and Cardoso on the floor. Dantas will pass the ball in. Stankovic in front of her. Kajšnik on the floor alongside Nogic, Dugalic, and Anderson. Shot clock goes to 14 as Brazil advanced it. Paixão. Leila stripped. Cardoso somehow got it. Jump ball. Possession arrow is Brazil's. Possession arrow is Brazil's, so we'll stay here. 34.5 seconds remain in the game. 5 seconds on the shot clock after this tie-up. And what a play by Kajšnik coming in there to tie that basketball up. Coach Neto looks on. Can his team get a shot off with 5 seconds to go here on the shot clock? They gotta be aware of it. Paixão will trigger the inbound. Cardoso hands to Paixão. She'll take the three. Miss it. Follow her own. Uses the up fake. Dantas wide open for three. Brazil still alive. 24.8 seconds to play in the game. In a 4-point game. As Dantas drills this open three. And Serbia called for time. Good composure there by Paixão to kick it out to Dantas for that shot. And Coach Neto saying, hey, you gotta press. Can't allow them to just get over half without any issues in this 4-point game.
I mean, we shouldn't have left Dantas open. We know that she's a shooter. We know that she's an overall sound player from the inside and out, and she had a wide open shot. Of course she's gonna nail that there. She's on her home floor. Brazil, when you come out, don't foul. Try to get the steal. Try to be active, but be smart. And if you're Serbia, I mean, you know what you have to do.
Games tomorrow, we'll see Serbia and Australia in game number 1, Brazil and Germany in game number 2. The next 24.8 seconds will tell us all we need to know about those games tomorrow night, as the tickets may still be on the line to head to the Paris Games in 2024. Serbia basketball coming out of the timeout. Nogic will inbound. Dugalic on the floor with Anderson, Racha, and Stankovic. It's Anderson. She has 30 points. Brazil has to foul. Nogic takes the three. Off the mark. Stankovic is right there to put it back up and in. Serbia know they got to win by 8. Do they foul here? Anderson tried to draw the foul. Paixão for three. Off the mark. Will Serbia have a chance here? 2 seconds. Racha is fouled with 0.7 seconds to play in the game. Can you believe what you're seeing right now?
I need a minute. What is, woo, wow.
The lead is 6, and Racha has a chance to make it 8, which would put Serbia in the Olympic Games. 2 big free throws here.
24-year-old taking her first shot, and she drills the first one.
Ice water in her veins. This one to potentially send Serbia to the Olympic Games. Missed it. Dugalic is there. Could not put it back up and in. And a 7-point win does not clinch an Olympic berth. What a game. And what a win for Serbia. And we'll play on game day 3. Serbia win 72-65 in a must-win scenario, and they keep their Olympic dream alive. I mean, can we take a deep breath?
I've been taking a lot. Wow.
The stats from this game on your screen now. Both teams struggled from three-point range. And the one missed free throw that could have sent Serbia to the Olympic Games keeps the drama still going. 72-65 the score. What a physical battle this has been as both teams have tears. You see Dantes with tears, Dugalic with tears in their eyes. 3 teams came here with a dream to go to the Olympic Games. They were hoping that they'd be able to clinch that tonight. Australia, the only team that was able to do it. And Serbia, 1 point away from celebrating. There you see emotions. This is what it means to play for your national team right there. Unbelievable.
You got to commend both these teams. They're coming out tonight and just playing hard. You see Nokic right here, tears in her eyes, hugging a Serbian fan, but proud of themselves. They got the win.
Got the win. And now they'll have all to play for tomorrow. There you see Layla with the and 1. That was a moment where you thought maybe Brazil would swing the tides, but Stankovic came to play. Look at this move inside right by Dantes. She finished the game with 19 points, 10 rebounds. What a terrific effort for Dragana Stankovic.
Yeah, I mean, we did not see that the first game, and for her to take that veteran role and that ownership and come back out here, and with Von Anderson, to step up and be those veterans for the team and lead the team. She had an amazing game, 19 points and 10 rebounds. What can you ask? You can't ask for more from that. No.
Von Anderson, 30 points, 8 boards. She played incredible, only missed 5 shots from the field. The last bucket right here that she got pretty much sealed the deal. And she went down with a cramp. Now you think about, you got to turn around and play tomorrow in a highly intense game. Australia's already qualified, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. That's always interesting. Have you played in one of those scenarios where you've qualified, the other team playing against you, maybe they have a chance to qualify, and your mindset has to kind of shift and focus and really treat it like a game? Australia has one more game before the Olympic Games, really together.
Yeah.
And, or some pre-tournament Olympic qualifying or pre-tournament games, maybe some warm-up games later in the summer. But it's going to be months before that happens.
Yeah, this is where you see players' mental toughness. Just 2 games today, very physical, very intense, and they all 4 have to come out and play tomorrow. Yes, Australia has, got their spot to the Olympics, but they're still going to come out there and play. They're the Opals. They're going to do it. So what do? You get off your feet. You go back to the hotel, you shower, you eat, put your legs up, and you prepare for tomorrow.
On the other side, Brazil now 0-2 here in this tournament. But they play Germany tomorrow night at home. There's still plenty to play for.
Yep.
We'll see what the math tells us about the qualifying permutations. Check out FIBA.basketball, and stay locked in to the Courtside 1891 app for all up-to-date permutations. But there's the score from game day 2. Australia victorious. They're going to Paris, and Serbia 1 point away from punching their ticket. They'll have to do work tomorrow night on game day 3. What a performance. What a game. High drama. This is why we love this sport.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow from Belém, Brazil. Good night, everybody.
Good night.